Hallå där hörni, välkommen tillbaka till reaktionsvideo. Idag är en ganska speciell video och en lite mer seriösare video. För nu är det 7 fotbollsspelare som hatar sina familjer. Och vi ska inte bara kolla liksom för att förstå lite stories kring vissa fotbollsspelare. För vi vet ju ingenting, men om man tänker efter egentligen så är det så jäkla mycket som händer i fotbollsspelares liv och vilken press de har och så vidare. Alltså till exempel, som när Zlatan till exempel bara flyttade från Malmö till Ajax, alltså till Holland, då blir man väldigt, väldigt ensam och fatta hur många som gör den flytten. Så vi, inklusive mig, ibland kanske är lite hård mot fotbollsspelare och det kanske familjerna också är liksom. Tycker att det är intressant med den här videon? Lämna inte en like så kommer vi kolla på mer sånt här såklart. För jag själv tycker att det här är intressant och det är kul och sen kanske man får mer förståelse om att fotbollsspelare också är människor liksom. Det är kanalen Goal 90 vi ska kolla på som har en 7 minuter lång video, så vi kollar och lyssnar.
Is to get to the very top of their game so that they can take care of their families while also making them proud. But that's surely not every footballer's dream. There are quite a number
Undrar vilka som är med, jag har ingen aning.
Don't care about their families. Number 1, Virgil van Dijk.
Van Dijk, okej.
First of all, have you ever noticed that the Liverpool centre-back...
Jag ber också om ursäkt om du inte är så superduktig på engelska. Jag kan tyvärr inte sitta här och översätta allting. Gå in på videon och tryck på texter så kanske det funkar lite bättre.
Does not have his last name at the back of his jersey. That's usually the first indication that not all is great back home.
Okay.
And in the Dutchman's case, it actually isn't all that great. One of his uncles explained that the reason Van Dijk only uses Virgil, his first name, on his kits is because of a feud he has with his family, particularly his dad, Ron Van Dijk.
Så du säger det finns en anledning till varför han har Virgil och inte Van Dijk på ryggen.
According to his uncle Steve, when Virgil was still young, Ron abandoned him and his siblings, leaving his mother to take care of all of them alone. The defender has not been able to forgive his father for that, and as he doesn't feel very connected to him, he decided not to carry his name on his back when he's on the pitch. Number 2,
Förståeligt. Dele Alli.
Yes, Dele Alli also carries his first name on the back of his shirt.
Då kanske man också förstår varför det kanske har blivit som blivit i hans karriär, jag vet inte.
And it's also because he does not feel a connection with his family. The Everton midfielder was born to a Nigerian father and a British mum. His childhood was so tumultuous, and he blames his parents completely for that. He was born in the UK, and just a week after his birth, his father moved to the US. So, in his early years, he was raised by just his mother. But the problem was that his mum was an alcoholic. So when he was 9 years old, he moved to Nigeria to go live with his father. He spent 2 years there and went back to the UK to live with his mum again. But when he clocked 13, he was completely done with his family. He left his birth parents completely and went to live with the parents of one of his teammates back at MK Dons.
Då är man faktiskt glad att det gick bra för honom, att han fick med pengar och allt möjligt liksom, när det har blivit sådär. Att han vid 13 års ålder flyttade hemifrån och sådär. Och levde med sin lagkamrats föräldrar liksom.
Till today, he still refers to Alan and Sally Hickford as his adoptive parents, even though they never legally adopted him. In 2016, after he had signed for Spurs, he decided to stop using the name Ali on the back of his shirt because he felt no connection with the family name.
Okej, det visste jag inte. Nummer 3.
Memphis Depay.
Memphis.
Yes, the Barcelona forward only officially goes by his first name. According to him, he was abandoned by his father when he was just 4 years old, and he didn't think it wise to keep carrying around the name of a man who caused him so much hurt. But in an interesting turn of events, the footballer's father, Dennis Depay, came out a few years ago to deny the allegations. He admitted that his marriage with Memphis's mum did fall apart, but he insisted that he was still involved in their lives. He even said that he was the one who gave Memphis his first ball. So it hurt him a great deal to see his son, who is now a successful footballer, publicly cut ties with him. We still don't know what the truth is.
Alltså det är väldigt lätt för pappan att komma och säga efterhand att det stämmer inte alls liksom. Då blir det bara ord mot ord liksom.
The matter is, but we know that in 2012, Memphis decided to stop carrying his last name on his shirt. He even very famously said, "Do not call me Depay, call me Memphis." Number 4. Mario Balotelli.
Ballo känns som att han var stökig, va, eller?
Now, Balotelli didn't just drop the name of his birth parents from his shirt, he changed it altogether. The striker was born Mario Barwa to Ghanaian parents who had moved to Italy before he was born. As a very young boy, Balotelli had some serious health issues, and his birth parents could not afford to take care of him. So he was taken from them and placed in foster care to Silvia and Francesco.
Så han, till fosterhem liksom och sådär, för att de inte hade råd och
Balotelli,
sådär.
at the beginning,
Hans
the
riktiga föräldrar.
arrangement was that he would stay with the Balotellis during the week and then go to his birth parents for the weekend. But along the line, it seems like something broke down and he just started staying with the Balotellis
Okej, då var han alltså
and
inte hos sina
even went
riktiga
on to
föräldrar
adopt
sen
their
då?
last name. They never officially adopted him though, so he had to wait until 2008 when he was 18 to gain Italian citizenship. At
Okay.
Euro 2012, he scored twice against Germany in the semis to send Italy to the final,
Japp.
and he dedicated both goals
Alltså
to his
Balotelli,
adopted
hade
mother,
han...
Silvia. Since becoming famous, Balotelli has hardly ever talked about his biological parents. It's like he has completely erased that part of his life.
Ja, men alltså man förstår ju det
Number
liksom. Det är inte så
five,
konstigt.
Ainsley
Nummer 5 då.
Maitland-Niles.
Maitland-Niles,
What we
okej.
know about Ainsley is that he grew up with just his mum Jules and his brother Cordy. But somewhere along the line, something really big must have gone wrong, as he does not seem to have any love for his mother at all. A few years back, Jules came out to talk about how her millionaire son had abandoned her, and she had to sneak into a warehouse every night to sleep in the freezing storage. It would appear that the relationship between mother
Så hon är hemlös alltså?
and sons broke down when Ainsley was about 20 years old. Because when he was a teenager making his debut for Arsenal, he said that he was going to frame that shirt and give it to his mum. So they were still cool at the time.
Ja,
But in
vad hände
2015,
då?
she reportedly got involved in a row with Arsenal's chief negotiator, which turned violent, and she was even arrested for it. After all that was sorted, Ainsley paid for her to take a break in Australia for a while.
Ja.
It was after she got back that her sons abandoned her, moving out of the house they all lived in together and leaving her to fend for herself. Neither of the boys have said much about the matter, so there isn't much information about
Det måste ju ha hänt någonting, men gör det ju inte bara sådär liksom. Det måste ju ha hänt
the
någonting då.
fine details of it.
Då måste det ha hänt något. Näst sista
Number
då.
6, Lucas and Theo Hernandez. Lucas and Theo
okay.
Hernandez, who play for Bayern Munich and AC Milan respectively, also do not have a good relationship with their father.
Okay,
Their
men
dad,
farsan då?
Jean-François, happens to be a former professional footballer who played as a defender for Atletico Madrid. Apparently, Jean-François abandoned his sons after he and their mother got a divorce close to 20 years ago. Here is what Lucas, the older of the two boys, had to say when he was asked about his dad a few years back. He left because he did not love us, and if he did not love us, then it was better that he left. I am 23 years old now, and I was 5 or 6 years old when he left. It would now have been about 16 or 17 years since we have heard nothing more from him.
Fy
I
fan.
don't know where he is, what he does, whether he's still alive or not. Meanwhile, I have started my own little family. Since he has not contacted us so far, he will not be interested, or he simply does not feel like joining us. Number 7, Emmanuel Adebayor.
Ja, det blir också
When it comes to
stökigt.
family troubles, nobody in football has
Eller heter han Adebayo? Jag tror inte Adebayor. R liksom.
had it tougher.
Adebayo
The
kanske,
former
ja.
Arsenal and Man
Kanske.
City striker Emmanuel
Alltså att han var i klubbar och rivalklubbar Adebayor alltså.
Adebayor. The Togolese superstar has always been very vocal about the issues he has had with
Vad har
his
hänt här
family.
då?
He talked about how a lot of his relatives would just randomly ask him for ridiculous amounts of money.
Det måste vara så vanligt. Det måste vara så vanligt att folk, framförallt i afrikanska länder, där kanske är lite fattigare och sådär liksom. När han går till City i Madrid, han har jättebra betalt Adebayor. Och det måste vara så vanligt att folk liksom skriver och säger att de ska ha pengar och vill ha pengar. Nu när de vet att han har vår familj. I början gav han säkert det, men sen så kanske han också ledsnar på att vad fan, kontakten inte bara med när ni vill ha pengar liksom. Och det känns som att det händer nog ofta. Inte bara i afrikanska länder heller, utan det händer nog väldigt ofta.
Also, according to him, his late brother
Oavsett
Peter
vart.
sent a letter to Real Madrid when he was there on loan in 2011, telling them not to keep him after the loan spell. And that wasn't even all. Adebayor
De ville förstöra för honom typ.
went on to accuse his family of already sharing his properties among themselves while he is still alive, saying stuff like, if he dies, you get this car, you get this house. The former Man City man even accused his own mother of using voodoo on him, stating that as the reason he cut her off. When asked about it, he said, but how am I going to be in touch with my mum if my mum is the one telling everyone that my work will not go forward? It's a pretty sad story when families fall apart, and you just have to feel for these men.
Ja, det är, alltså man gör ju det. Man tycker det är hemskt tråkigt att höra det faktiskt. Jag hoppas verkligen att man kan hitta lyckan på ett annat sätt kanske. Och ha kanske sin egna familj som typ Lucas Hernandez sa liksom. Så det är jävligt tråkigt, men det är ju vanligt. Alltså man blir ju liksom distanserad med familj och sånt, och det saker och ting händer liksom. Och även om man kanske inte blir distanserad så kan det hända saker i familjer också. Det vill säga nu till dig som kollar, ta hand om dig och din familj. Och försöka att rida ut vågen. När man blir äldre kanske man blir klokare. Vad vet jag. Tack i alla fall för att du kollade med videon. Jag tycker det är jävligt intressant här. Jag pratar inte så jättemycket. Men det är väldigt intressant att lyssna och höra om deras olika stories som vi har sett nu. Det här är ju bara en sån jäkla liten del på alla stories som finns där ute. Vi syns i alla fall i nästa video. Ni tar hand om er så hörs vi då.